Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Success Mastery TV. And boy, we are like just a few weeks away from having this year come to an end. So for the majority of you, either watching this video and or listening to this podcast, you're either in a place of mind of, thank goodness this year is over and done with, or you are in a state of mind of, wow, I am so excited about next year, and everywhere else in between. Some of you are way ahead of your goal for 2014. Some of you are just on track to hit your goal, and some of you are way off track to reach your goal. And I say to you is, look, it doesn't matter where you're at right now, okay? What matters is the following. Number one, what did 2014 teach you? What did 2014 teach you? What did you learn about you? What did you learn about your market? And what did you learn about your business? Something we've already talked about in the previous episode. But what I want to focus on right now is the following, okay? So I'd say to you, if you want 2015 to be a killer year for you, okay, the one thing, the big thing that you need to be focused on right now is getting your head on right. Getting your head on right. Getting your mindset right. So here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to, number one, we're not even going to get into the business plan, okay? We're not going to get into a business plan at all right now, because what we're going to talk about is the you plan first, okay? Because it is the you plan that determines whether the business plan really comes to life or not. And we want to bring that to life next year. And I'll give you an example. I'd say, I was looking at the numbers from my personal one-on-one coaching clients just a few days ago. And across the board, I'd say approximately 70 to 75% of my coaching clients this year either reached their goal and or exceeded their goal. Either reached their goal or exceeded their goal. Some of them have exceeded their goal this year in 2014 by as much as $500,000. Some doubled their income, some tripled, some quadrupled, many more than that. And for the other 25% who did not reach their goal, they still had a record-breaking year. So what is it that's causing these individuals to really break through? So keywords here is break through. It's because we place a huge emphasis on this. Place a huge emphasis on this. And how do we do that? We do that by having a ritual in place. Rituals in place that do nothing but enhance your way of thinking. Because when you're thinking on a completely different level, you're feeling completely different and you're acting completely different. You've heard me talk about this over and over and over again. I'm not going to stop talking about this until you become one of those people who can testify the power of the mind and the rituals. So I say, let's work on this. Let me give you a couple of tip points. So 2015, okay? I want you to write down the question. And the question is, if 2015 was as good as it could possibly be, what would it look like? If 2015 was as good as it could possibly be, what would it look like? Okay, what would it look like in the area of your well-being, your physicality? Would you weigh less, or maybe you'd weigh more and have a little bit more muscle? So physically, what would it look like if it was as good as it could possibly be? What would it be like physically? Mentally, what would it be? What would it look like? Mentally, what would it look like? What would your relationships be like? Okay, what would your business be like? And what would your finances be like? And what will all the things that you want to do that you would have done in 2015 if 2015 was as good as it could possibly be? Look, this is a fully loaded question, okay? This is a question that I definitely want you to take the time out to sit down and map things out. Map things out, really answer every single one of those questions physically, mentally, relationships, business, finances, and if you want, you can throw in spirituality in there for you as well too, depending on how you define that. That's totally on you. So once you write out all those things, that you want to bring to life for you in 2015, then what I want you to do is I want you to turn that into a vision. Turn it into a vision for your 2015. And write yourself, I'd love for you to write me the letter and share that letter with me. And let the letter read something along the line of, Dear whoever, address it to anyone that you want. So dear whoever, address it to anyone you want. And then write something along the line of, Dear whoever, it's December 31st, 2015. Just wanted to write you a quick letter and tell you about all the amazing things that have taken place for me in my life over the course of the last 12 months. I had a goal to earn that much money. Boy, at the beginning of the year, I didn't know how I was going to do it. But the best part about it is I exceeded that goal. I ended up earning like an extra $45,000. So I decided to do something different with that $45,000. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't plan for it. It just came out of nowhere. So I wanted to do something meaningful. So I decided to look for those who are less fortunate in my community, in my marketplace, and figure out a way to give back, etc., etc., etc. See where I'm going with this? Hey, did you buy a new car in 2015? Maybe you can say, I've always wanted to drive a Mustang or a Mercedes or a BMW or whatever it is. And I finally got one. Exactly the color I want. Tinted windows, white, chrome rims, etc., etc., etc. I love the way it drives. I love the way people look at me when I'm driving that car. I love the way I feel when I get into that car, etc., etc., etc. Look, you get where I'm going with this. I want you to, in your mind, see yourself already living everything that you want to live and accomplish for yourself in 2015. Because I know you want it in the physical universe, but until you accept it as your reality in your mind, it's going to be very hard for you to go out there. And I'm going to give you an example. Look, if you believe that who you are is someone like a person of courage, or a person that has a lot of power, then guess what? You will act accordingly. And if you feel like who you are is someone who is, weak, you lack, confidence skills, you lack a specific skill, people skill, etc., then guess what? You will act accordingly, okay? So why not develop a belief system that's going to cause you to act accordingly to travel towards the goals and the dreams that you are wanting to accomplish for yourself. Okay, look, I've done an exercise like this every single year for, I'd say, at least the last 12 years. Now, the question is, am I living that vision that I've been writing about for many years? No, I'm not, because my vision, number one, keeps changing. And number two, yeah, I don't achieve every single one of the goals I set for myself. But guess what? Because I take the time to do it, I read it every single day, I memorize it, I believe in it, it causes me to feel differently and act differently. And I know for a fact that every single year I accomplish more of my goals as a result of doing this exercise than I would have otherwise. So look, I may never ever achieve every single goal I set for myself, but I'm achieving a lot more than I would if I do not participate in an exercise like this. So do the exercise. Okay, forget about the numbers of the business, forget about all the other elements of the business. Let's focus on you for right now, and we'll work on your business plan a little bit later on. Now, it's pretty much the end of the year. Got a couple more episodes left this year. We got a lot in store for you for 2015. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take just a moment out. I want you to go to resmpodcast.com, or you know what, go to resmquestions.com. So RESM stands for Real Estate Success Mastery and then questions. So resmquestions.com. And I just want you to send me a question or a comment. Let me know what is it that you want Real Estate Success Mastery TV to bring to you in 2015, so we can make sure we accommodate you and we bring that to you. Thank you very much for your listening, and I'll see you on another episode next week. Take care. Bye-bye.